Just a day after the Al-Shabaab terrorists killed 36 quarry workers in North Kenya, Uganda's Chief of Defense Forces, General Katumba Wamala, has warned Ugandans that the attacks in Kenya could as well happen in Uganda. The CDF says apparently the Al-Shabaab are taking revenge against nations involved in Somalia under the mandate of AMISOM, and Uganda is not exceptional since it has been at the forefront of lashing out Al-Shabaab out of the Horn of Africa in the fight against terror.
The reality is that the threat is there and it's imminent. What's happening in Kenya with our neighbors is those are very good indicators that these fellows are capable of doing anything and doing something which could result in loss of lives. Most of the areas where they had established their presence have been taken over by the AMISOM. So chances are that they will find a way of paying back, of revenging the loss in Somalia, and there's no other easy target which they would go for other than areas of concentration of a number of human beings.
General Wamala wants all security agencies to step up, but more so Ugandans to be vigilant and work with the police and other relevant bodies to avoid any possible attack. He says Uganda has many Somali nationals, fearing that terrorists might take advantage of that to sneak into the country and cause harm.
Don't take things for granted. If you're suspicious of anything, please don't be courageous. Don't show how courageous you are that you can find out what it is. In case you are not sure of what you see, or even the person who possibly you suspect, take it upon yourself to report to the nearest security agency so that the security can take action.
The Al-Shabaab has stepped up its campaign in Kenya since 2011, when Kenya sent troops across the border to help battle the militants. Meanwhile, 16 army officers have retired from the Uganda People's Defense Forces after meeting the newly set retirement guidelines that give officers aged 50 at the rank of major and below to apply for retirement. Retired Major Polo Awich is one of those officers who retired to fulfill his political ambitions.
There is a law called Political Party and Organization Act, PPOA. This law bars serving army officers from participating in active politics. For us, who are going home, did not want to bring UPDF into disrepute, in conflict with the law. And yet, we still think we wanted to serve the movement in another capacity.
General Katumba, however, warned the now retired officers not to use army uniforms to intimidate people.
Please don't use the uniform to intimidate. As you know, our uniform is a respectable uniform. You may only be putting it on functions, but don't use it to gain advantage over your opponents.
After, they were marched up to the main entrance of the barracks to send them off to show that they are now free to do what they want on their behalf. The 16, who were given a colorful send-off, are believed to have met the requirements of the UPDF Promotions and Retirement Board.